Chapter 4, Timeline and Sources of History. History is an unending dialogue between the present and the past, between the society of today and society of yesterday. We can fully understand the present only in the light of the past. Regards, E.H. Carr. How do we learn about past? You will discover in science that Earth has a very long history, of which we humans occupy only a tiny part, the most recent one. You can screenshot. Many people study the history of the earth. Some of them are trained to uncover the secrets left behind the earth's surface and help us to learn about its past and also our past. Observe these four pictures and the activities involved from top left. Geologists study the physical part features of the earth like the soil, stones, hills, and mountains, rivers, seas, oceans, and other such parts of earth. Paleontologists study the remains of plants, animals, and humans from millions of years ago from the fossils. Anthropologists study human societies and cultures from the oldest times to the present. Archaeologists study the past by digging up remains that people, plants, and animals left behind, such as tools, pots, beads, figurines, toys, bones, teeth of animals and humans, burnt grains, part of houses or bricks, among others. How is time measured in history? Each society and culture has had its own ways of measuring time. Major events such as the birth of an important person or the start of a ruler's region have often marked the beginning of a new era. At present, the Gregorian calendar is commonly used worldwide, side by side. Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, Chinese, and other calendars are also used for calculating the dates of festivals and other auspicious events. In the West, the conventional year for Jesus Christ's birth has generally been taken to the starting point for this calendar. Years are counted forward from this point and used to be marked with AD, an abbreviation for a Latin phrase that refers to the years after Jesus' birth. However, this is now called the Common Era or CE across the world. For example, 1947, the year India gained independence, can be written as 1947 AD, sometimes AD 1947 or 1947 CE. Similarly, the years before the birth of Jesus are counted backward and used to be marked with BC or before Christ. They are now called before Common Era or BCE. For example, 560 BCE is an approximate year of birth of Gautam Buddha, whom we will meet in chapter 7. Can you calculate how many years ago was that? Screenshot please. And this one also. A timeline is a convenient tool to mark such events as it shows a sequence of dates and events covering any particular period. It runs from the beginning of humanity to the present with a few important landmarks. Note that the dotted portion marks a skip period Otherwise, this timeline would have to be almost 3 meters long. A timeline also helps in understanding the order in which historical events take place. For example, even without looking at the dates, you can now see that the birth of Buddha occurs before that of Jesus. If you want, you can take screenshot. How did you find details about your family's past? Did you rely on things like photographs, diaries, ID cards, or memories from your parents and relatives? Every object or structure tells a story and is like in a jigsaw piece. The objects that you see around your house convey something of the history of your family. Similarly, we can put together historical events through a variety of sources, but keep in mind that the case of history, quite a few pieces of the puzzle may remain missing. Observe the figure at the bottom of the page. It brings together the main sources of history. You do not need to remember. Oh, sorry. Just take a screenshot of it. Done. Remember them all now. We will use some of them as we go along. When historians study, say a queen of 1500 years ago, an ancient monument, a war, or some items of trade, they take great care to gather information from as many sources as they can find and consult. Sometimes the sources confirm each other. The jigsaw pieces match. At other times, some sources may give contradictory information. The jigsaw pieces don't match, in which case they need to decide which source they can trust more. This is how they try to recreate the history of the period they are studying. Thanks. Part 2 will come soon.